Welcome to Ref Sports. It is the moving day of the first test match between India and South Africa at Centurion. After a below par performance with the ball, India let the game slip away a little bit as South Africa lead with 11 runs. But the men in blue will be looking to get back on track. On the other hand, the Indian women's team will take on Australia in the first women's ODI of a three-match series at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai after registering a famous win in the one-off test earlier this month. Harmanpreet Kaur led side look to put on a similar show in the ODIs. But before we get to all that exciting discussion, let me introduce my guests. Chipayan Chakrabarti is joining from Centurion. Ishan Shahane joins from the Wankhede Stadium. Debashish Sen is at the Eden Gardens along with Joydeep Mukherjee. Welcome everyone. First off, Shubhayan, tell us about the weather and the conditions, please.
You can see the weather. It's bright and sunny as it was supposed to be, and yes, as you said, it's a moving day. Expecting a lot from the Indian bowlers, but given such conditions, I think Ravichandran Ashwin, if Dean Elgar and Marco Jansen continue to bat for long, then we might see Ravichandran Ashwin come into play at least in the second part of the day.
Absolutely. Joydeep, what do you expect out of the Indian bowlers today?
Yeah, just their improvement in line and length. Somebody has to put their speaker on mute because of the honk. Yeah. So I think a lot of improvement as far as line and length is concerned, more length than line. But this is not easily done. You just can't say that we'll do it and we'll do it like that. They were trying yesterday also. It's a skill set that takes a lot of time to have in your repertoire, in your armory. It's not that they didn't know where to bowl, it's just that they couldn't. So there's one question of knowing what to do, and second is being able to do it. And I don't think it'll be any easier for them unless they pick up early wickets. Now, Shobain says it's a sunny day, so probably it's better conditions. Is that right, Shobain?
Yes, yes,
Is it a
absolutely,
sunny day?
absolutely.
Yeah, so that means it's
It is
probably
bright and
less.
sunny, and it is hot.
Yes,
The jacket
so there'll
bucket
be
hat is on, and after some time, the sunglasses will be on.
yes. So that means the moisture in the pitch would have gone, the air would be a lot thicker. So everything put together, it'll be conditions conducive for batting. So in a way, it's good that India has to come and bat second, but the hard job is to get the rest of the wickets. So yes, the length will be of prime importance than the line. The line wasn't bad, the length was the issue.
Yes, and Debashish, your thoughts on the same. What are you looking forward to from the Indian bowlers?
Yeah, some tough day coming up for India, obviously with Jane Elgar not out, and as Shubhayan mentioned, that it's bright, hot, and sunny. So after the first few overs, the juice will be gone, and it will be ideal conditions. Third day wicket, it will be ideal conditions for batting. Perhaps the best conditions for batting in this Test match. But the only concern is that Marco Jansen, apart from Marco Jansen, and to some extent Nandre Barger, means if India can get early inroads, may perhaps pick up Marco Jansen, then they can perhaps means only 11 runs late. If they can restrict the South Africans to a lead around less than 100, then they will feel confident. The Indian batters will feel confident because the likes of Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli means they would love to score big. They would love to, and they should. If India are to win this Test match, then the batters need to contribute in the second innings.
Yes, and Nishan Shahane is at the Wankhede Stadium. He'll be covering the
Yes.
India versus Australia match. And Nishan, what's the crowd turnout like today? I'm keen to know that.
The crowd, to be honest, Gagi, is not at its best at the moment. It's a ODI match, and I've been asking around, and what I've come to know is that for the T20s there is a slightly larger crowd. For the ODIs, it's not as much. But I'm hoping, after those two historic wins, I'm hoping that the crowd turnout might be a little bit more over here because obviously the team has done really well, and that will, make the crowd feel more excited to possibly come out and support the girls. But having said that, not as much, Gagi. You can see behind me as well. You can just see there's not much of a build up. There's just some people waiting outside, but the crowd will definitely build up with time.
It's a bit sad to see, but then, of course, it's a work in progress. But Joydeep, after those two historic wins against both England and Australia, is it time for the men to take a leaf out of their notebooks?
You mean the in South Africa?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's a different ballgame out there, and South Africa, as we've been discussing for 5 of us, it's one of the toughest places to play cricket because England is all about seam, Australia is all about bounce, South Africa is all about seam and bounce. We saw that yesterday. Tough conditions yesterday, tough conditions the day before. The 2 days, the conditions didn't change. Probably, as Shubhayan said, yesterday was probably a more bowling friendly condition, but we couldn't capitalize. Now today if we might just bowl better in conditions we are used to with the sun out in batting friendly conditions, we don't have to be that much fuller. So Dean Elgar will be the key. If we can get Dean Elgar early, then we are in a good place. If he sticks around, because he's playing his shots, this is the last series for him. Maybe he's feeling a little bit free of, just playing his own self. A lot of the commentators were saying this is the most fluent they've seen him bat. Can you imagine in your last series somebody saying that about you? But that often happens because the pressure is off you, pressure of performance, pressure of expectation. You've got nothing to prove to anybody, and there you come up and you play your best knock ever in front of your home crowd, your first 100. So Dean Elgar is the key for me, and then India's to bat. I think even if it's a 60, 70, 80 run lead, not a problem. But in perfect batting conditions, India need to do what happened in the Test match in the women's earlier. India came and got big runs when they batted in their first innings. Australia won the toss, batted first. It is the first innings of India. They batted long. That is the reason why they won the Test match. Here it hasn't happened in the first innings, but these are perfect conditions. Put on 300, 350, and you'll control the game.
Shubhayan, do you think the Indian women's team can replicate the dominating performance in ODIs as well?
Um, I would say yes, they have the ability to do so, but Australia in white ball formats is a different beast altogether. We have to acknowledge that, and what they have been doing for the better part of the decade, I think that's something to that's a benchmark. That's a benchmark in women's cricket. So hopefully India will try to do well in their home conditions. They have in the past also done well against Australia, but a new day, Australia will be determined after that painful loss in the test match. They would be determined to come out hard and defeat India in this series.
Yes, and Ishan, you've been watching the Indian team at Wankhede at the DY Patil Stadium as well.
Yeah.
Talk about Pooja Vastrakar because she's been really, really impressive.
Oh, I mean, she's just an amazing player, Gagi. She's someone who can bat and bowl, and you need someone like that in your team, right? You want someone who can contribute in a holistic manner. And Pooja is someone who can get 4 wickets for you, and then she can possibly help in, holding the innings down the order as well. So just an impact player, and we have to mention her fielding abilities as well. That run out against England, that was a game changer. So obviously, an impact player, someone who can change the game. And I think if India wants to win the game today, she has to possibly have a large contribution. And again, it has to be a team effort. And Pooja will be leading that pack, I feel.
Yes, and Debashish, I'd like to ask you, Shubhayan and Joydeep both mentioned that, getting that Elgar wicket will be the key today. But do you think the ball is in India's court right now? Because, coming back to batting after a day's break, it gets difficult, right? The first 30
Yes,
minutes
Yeah,
with
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Shubhayan,
Especially
go
when
ahead.
we saw.
Shubhayan, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. Follow, follow. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. See, the new ball is still quite still a few overs away. So, means, but then South Africa will be looking forward to score runs, score quick runs. See, during that post-lunch period, Dean Elgar scored almost 42 runs in 8 overs, almost at a run rate of 5 an over. So that is what South Africa will be, and it was all some of the balls, especially by Shardul and Prasid, it was given on platter for Elgar to score quickly. You cannot afford to give away runs quickly. And as Joydipta was telling in yesterday in the post days play, the discussion is that you need to keep on that pressure from one end. Means you cannot bowl both Bumrah and Siraj straight away from both ends, because see, they should be used from either end. Means if you start with Bumrah, say after 5 or 6 overs, you bring on Siraj from other end, and Prasid Krishna and Shardul Thakur needs to be more disciplined because they cannot afford to give easy deliveries for scoring for Dean Elgar. Remember, he has to start again from scratch zero because he may be 140 not out, but as a new day, new beginning. So he has to start from the beginning. So every batter, whoever it is, means the early few minutes, it's a jittery. Means you need to cash in. Obviously, the conditions early on will somewhat favor the bowlers. So India needs to make early inroads. Gargi.
Shiba, and you were saying,
I do agree with Devashish here that we saw, especially when we saw the variable bounce on very first day, and on a very hot sunny day you might see the ball keeping low, sometimes, even bouncing sometimes because the moisture is over, so the pitch will get hardened, so you might see some extra bounce from the bowlers as well. And if the ball is bouncing for say 5 overs and suddenly one keeps low, it becomes extremely difficult for a batter to judge the line and length. So well, let's see what happens. Yes, it will be not that easy. Yes, it is hot and sunny, ideal day to play cricket, ideal day to bat on for long. But the batters have to, if when the Indian batters come on, they will have to be very careful that some deliveries might keep low, and will have to be on their toes every time they face a delivery.
yeah, and Joydeep, over to you. If you were in Rohit's place today, what kind of strategy would you go with? You're on mute.
Rajita, you are on mute.
So I would really start with Bumrah and maybe Prasidh, because and then after that, make sure Bumrah bowls. Not, sometimes you can't over bowl Bumrah also, because if they have a long day, you need him for in 3 spells or 4 spells. Sometimes four, five maybe. But that sixth over, often I've seen that one extra over takes a lot out of the bowler. It was almost like bowling because he's tiring then. So sometimes if it's going well and if they're 7-8 down, then you can push it. But if they're not 7-8 down, if you need another spell for him with full potency, then you want to tell him, bro, just take a break because I need you in 4 overs time again. So it'll all depend on if they get wickets. If they get wickets, Bumrah can get a elongated spell for about 6 overs, even seven maybe, because if we can wrap things up, because then India will bat again, Bumrah will get rest. If wickets don't fall, then how you use Bumrah? Because yesterday he was the only one who looked about getting wickets because the length that he bowled. He got people getting people bowled. Siraj learned towards the end, but he didn't have the same consistency as Bumrah does. So when you ask Siraj to bowl fuller, which is not his forte, what he'll do is he'll bowl one half volley which goes for four. Then he goes back to the back of a length because he doesn't want to give another four. So it's a cat and
Right.
mouse game.
Hmm. Yes, and Ishan, over to you. You are there. Who are you really looking forward to among the Indian team to, perform today?
Um, so first of all, I think let's discuss the women's game here. So I think India has won the toss and they've elected to
Yes.
bat first. So I think
Yes.
it's a great decision. It's a hot day here as well in Mumbai. I don't know if it's as hot as where Shuvai
When
is
is
in
Mumbai
Centurion.
not hot?
It's
Exactly.
always hot.
When
It's
Mumbai,
always hot.
when
Mumbai
I'm
doesn't have
already
a
sweating.
winter.
I'm already sweating here, but it's a good call because I think go out there, bat first, get a reasonable total on board, and that will put pressure on the Aussies. So if they do that, we have someone like Renuka Singh as well, who's been in good form. She's running in well. She can get those early wickets, and India will obviously be in the driver's seat. So let's hope for a good game here. And talking about the game in South Africa, that's obviously I think the Indians would again want to get some early wickets up front. That's the key. Don't let them get past the lead, which is above 100. If that happens, that'll just be a lot of pressure on the Indians. So obviously, get them out as soon as possible, and then let your batters go out there and start chasing that down.
Yeah, just
Joy.
on the
Yeah.
women's game. So the test match was played on a pitch that was a little bit slow, not much bounce. It wasn't a normal one-kiddy wicket, which played into the
Yeah,
hands of India, and rightly so, because you're playing at home, you take home advantage. Perfect. Right now, one-day cricket is played on really good tracks, and that is where Australia joined the party. So
Hmm.
right now, I know they've lost a test match. That will hurt them. So they will come out all guns firing, and also the conditions will suit the Australians more than will suit the Indians, because when the wicket is
yeah,
true and bounce, they are the best team in the world.
yeah.
So the test match and the one-day matches are playing on the same ground, on the same pitch, on the same square, but it'll be chalk and cheese. So it'll be a different ball game altogether.
And Shubhayan, I know you're in South Africa, but is there someone you are really keen on? Someone you're following the performance of?
I don't know whether Shafali will not. If she is in the 11, then I'm looking forward to watching her. How she fares. She has
She
not
is.
she has not been doing really great. We expect a lot more from her. So about time that she comes back to form and start hitting those 50, 60s, or maybe the big ones if possible.
And also, Joydeep, Bengal's local Saika Ishak is getting a place in the playing 11 today.
Yeah, I've seen her from since she was 13 or 14. She's come to her, Richa, all part of the Bengal development program. Murtaza Lotkar, who's unfortunately no more with us, worked a lot with her. He was himself a very, very high class left arm spinner and always had special words for her. I still remember I was in the senior nets and he pulled me to a side to show me Saika at one point in time, Richa the year before, and look where they are. Murtaza, God bless his soul, but he will be very, very happy, and he has a lot of contribution to these two girls in the Indian team right now. Very special cricketers, both of them.
Absolutely. And Debashish, going back to the Boxing Day test, what are you really looking forward to today? Except the fact that, of course, the Indian bowlers need to really pull their socks up.
But the big news coming from the women's team is, I don't know if I'm right. Shriti Mandana, is she not playing?
She's not.
She is not playing. So I think that's a big setback because you needed someone like Sritiman and Subhan rightly said. Means I was looking forward to that opening partnership. Shafali Verma has been due for a big score. Means and this Indian team is bubbling in confidence after that test match win against Australia. Australia, remember, Alisa Healy has big shoes to fill, and obviously with um, um, uh, um, in Australia, remember they are a very very potent side means of, and their World Cup performance speaks for itself. Means they so many World Cups have they won. Means no one even close in their close vicinity. Means and that speaks the dominance of the Australian team in white ball cricket. Means and so it will be an uphill task. But then India have the firepower. Means it looks a good side with just Jemima, Harmanpreet. They have some good all rounders in Dipti Sharma, who has been in the form of a life. Dipti Sharma has been the go to player for Indian women's team. So and obviously Sneh Rana has also been in considerable form, and it's good to see Richa Ghosh and
Saika
Saika Ishak as judge. What a revelation has she been? Means she was not even in the reckoning for Indian women's team, and suddenly she makes a test debut. She plays in and she plays the one day cricket. So these are great stories. I'm looking forward to watching Saika bowl today.
Absolutely. And your thoughts on the Boxing Day test match?
Pardon?
What uh, what do you expect out of the Indian team today? India versus South Africa.
It's simple. It's simple, Gargi. They have to bowl out the South African for as low a lead as the lower lead they can, because it's the only way out. Remember, South Africa will bat in the second innings. So even if India can post a lead of in the second, if they give a target to South Africa for at least 150 to 200, you never know because the ball is keeping low, way low. It's a few of the deliveries, and you have a Ravi Chandran Ashwin in your lineup. So don't rule out. Means all India needs is to make those early inroads and restrict the South African. They cannot afford to let go South Africa to a healthy lead. Means. I was just watching the Boxing Day test in Australia. Means obviously Pakistan almost had Australia almost had Pakistan in a spot. Means 4 for 16, and then Mitchell Marsh and Steve Smith, they put on a unbeaten partnership and say, and they are dominating. Means obviously, so you cannot afford. Means obviously they should target Marco Jansen and the other bowlers in the South African. If means they cannot let Dane Ilger score those easy runs which he did post lunch yesterday.
Absolutely. And final question to you all before we wrap up. How do you, Shubhayan, first beginning with you, how do you see this game, panning out? What do you want from a moving day? It should really
Uh,
move.
Absolutely, it will indeed move. But I would love to see India restrict South Africa to a lead of less than 50. If they can do that, then they will still in the game. But if they go on to post a 75, 100 run lead, then I think the game will 70 to 80% be on South Africa's court. And mind you, India have a big problem traditionally as well, recently as well, that they have a big problem against tailenders, the lower order all rounders. So to wrap them up as soon as possible will be the key today.
And who do you think among India and Australia will win tonight?
When it comes to white ball cricket, I can't look past Australia at all, but I hope India give them a fight.
Joydeep, your predictions for today, for both the matches. You're
You're
on
on
mute.
mute, Jarvita.
Yes, for the women's cricket, I also will go with Australia because I think they're a different unit when you give them a really good wicket to bat on. And it goes without saying that I want India to win, but I think the difference between the two teams is vast when it comes to white ball cricket because the conditions suit Australia more. Last year they lost one game, one T20 game in the whole year, which was in the Super Over to India. If any team can beat them, India can, but they have to play out of their skin. Smriti Mandana not playing is a huge issue. One. Two, as far as India is concerned, I don't think they'll win or lose the test match today, but day three is usually the getting into position for the test match. You get into position and you find out. The test match will be won on the fourth day or maybe even the fifth. But today is a day you don't let the lead go to more than 60, 65, 70, and then come and bat long and deep. And Dean Elgar has showed you, KL Rahul has showed you how you can bat on this pitch. If you get a Jaffer like Virat got or Ashwin got, but don't get out like Yashasvi got out. Don't get out like Shreya got out. Don't get out like the others got out in the team. That's what you don't want. Or Rohit got out. You learn from your mistakes. If there's a ball with your name on it, so be it. But I can't imagine on this pitch, on today's conditions, it'll be a wicket where within 150 runs there'll be 10 balls with names on it. You grind it out, there are runs to do. There's enough time left in the game. We're only on day
Yeah.
three. So take your time. Bat for a day and a half and then see where it goes.
Yes, Ishan, your predictions, India or Australia? Who gets
I'm
it?
gonna go with India, Gagi, because I think I'm just gonna say those two
Devas?
historic Test wins have given them a world of confidence, and confidence is a funny thing. Once you have it, you can beat the best out of the best. So let's hope India can go on to do that. And talking about the Test match, obviously get early wickets, break the partnership, keep them below 50, like Shubhayan said, and then go out and chase. If they do that, they'll be in a good position, Gagi.
Devashish, no surprises for guessing that you want India to win
Yes,
against
yes, yes.
Australia.
I quite like the energy that Ishan showed that when he said that he would love to see India win. Yes, yes. And but then the only disappointment is the crowd turnout for us in the evening.
Yeah.
We might see more numbers, more people cheering because that is what you want. Means you saw it in the test match in the last day. So many fans coming and cheering the Indian women's team. That is what you want. Means Mumbai is a very special place. Means when it comes to cheering the Indian team, you need to support the women team and Harmanpreet Kaur means obviously she's the captain. I would love to see making Harmanpreet leading the way. It means playing a captain's knock. That is what you want from your captain. Means Australia are a big two big team. So
Mama,
I
someone
would
has come to
see
say hello.
Harmanpreet making a statement.
Mama,
Abhishek.
someone has come to say.
Yes, yes, Abhishek.
आप भी
Yes,
prediction दे दो क्या लग रहा है.
मामा जो बोलेगा वही सही होगा।
India जीतेगा.
इंडिया जीतेगा.
दोनों दोनों टेस्ट मैच में यहाँ सेंचुरियन में भी जीतेगा और वुमेन्स में भी जीतेगा. आई
हम
कैनॉट
लोग
सपोर्ट
जब
एनी अदर टीम अदर देन इंडिया.
हम लोग जब 3 साल
Wow.
बाद इस टूर पे आएंगे, 3 साल बाद साउथ अफ्रीका फिर आएंगे,
सुनो
फिर
सुनो
लिखेंगे
सुनो
बेस्ट
आज आज
बेस्ट बेस्ट
शुभायन
चांस टू
शुभायन
विन।
शुभायन गया. शुभायन हैज बीन अ लकी मैस्कट. पहले दफा साउथ
इसीलिए
अफ्रीका में
वो भी
जीत हासिल होगा ही
आ
होगा इंडिया
जाएगा.
का.
ओके बाय।
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
Devashish, you were saying.
Yeah, that is what you want. Means you want to make a big statement because see We have won our test match against England. We have won a test match against the momentum is with you. And we have all the backing and the support of BCCI. The fans are also coming in numbers. What you want is to, if you can register a series win against Australia women's team, that means this is your opportunity, women. Girls means obviously the likes of Jemima and Richa Ghosh and Safali Verma and Harmanpreet Kaur and Renuka Singh Thakur, Dipti Sharma. Everyone needs to go out there and give out their best.
And Joydeep, do you not think BCCI at this point, after those historic wins, should move the matches out of Mumbai maybe a little bit?
Yeah, that's probably an administrative call. I've got no idea why it's in Mumbai, I'm sure. But it's a great venue to play. And I just want to see more test matches for women. They play a lot of one-day and T20 cricket. I think by and large, somebody tells me we played 10 test matches in 40 years. So I just want our Indian women, and we've beaten England, we've beaten Australia. When we go to England and Australia, we might not beat them, but the more you win against such teams at home, you think about going and winning away also. First, you have to beat them in your own backyard. Then only can you go and think of winning abroad. Same thing happened with the men's team. There was a time when we used to lose all the time, but we started beating them at home, and then one day we beat them in England as well and in Australia as well. That's how you learn. So as far as the scheduling is concerned, it's up to BCCI. They have their parameters they follow. So I'm perfectly okay with that. But yes, I mean, I would love to see a women's test match at the Eden Gardens, and I'll tell you what, it won't be empty.
Absolutely. And for now, we'll leave you with a special package that we've made on Pooja Vastrakar. Of course, she has been brilliant in the test matches, both against England and Australia as well. Till then, stay tuned to Rev Sports.
Pooja Vastrakar, an emerging force in women's cricket, has been consistently showcasing her prowess in recent encounters against both England and Australia. Her performances underscore a journey marked by unwavering strength and determination. Renowned as an impact player, Vastrakar has a knack for delivering crucial wickets at pivotal junctures, making her an asset to any team. As India prepares to face Australia in the upcoming ODIs, Vastrakar is poised to be a formidable force on the field. Beyond her bowling prowess, she has proven to be a valuable contributor with the bat, a testament to her adaptability in the game that increasingly demands versatility. Vastrakar's cricketing journey extends beyond international fixtures. Her experience in league cricket across various platforms has enriched her skill set. In the realm of ODI, she boasts 27 matches and 20 wickets. However, mere statistics fail to capture the essence of her impact. Her economical bowling style complements her ability to take wickets, providing strategic depth and restricting opponents effectively. Not confined to her bowling abilities, Vastrakar's excellence as an outstanding fielder was evident in the recent test match against England. As India readies for the clash against Australia, Vastrakar's all-round brilliance is set to play a pivotal role in shaping the outcome of today's game. Watch out for her multifaceted skill sets as she continues to make a significant impact on the field. She is truly India's game changer.